Hi there. Welcome to Craft with Kathie. Tonight's project is going to be using the old school legend May Club Couture's transfer, and I am going to actually do it on this galvanized metal sheet. And Club, this is what it came with. It included a surface this month, which is really cool. So we've got the surface, we've got the transfer, 3 individual paste packets, cherry, colonial blue, and black velvet, and I'm about ready to go. I had asked yesterday, I was trying to get a consensus of should I do it on the galvanized metal the way it is, or should I antique it first or make it look older, kind of fake it out, look a little distressed or whatever. But I didn't get any responses, so I'm doing it on the plain galvanized sheet. If anybody wants to see the distressed, rusty kind of way of doing it, just drop me a line and I will do a video that goes over that. Now, this is a brand new transfer, and I'm going to be putting it on metal. And because I'm putting it on metal, I want to fuzz quite a bit. Remember, if you're using glass, metal, mirror, or our premium chalkboards, you want to fuzz more than normal because the surface is very, very smooth and it's going to stick very strongly, and you don't want to have to pull and tug at it when you lift the transfer up. So I'm going to fuzz this a lot, and fuzzing is just actually deliberately applying lint to the back of our adhesive transfer. And if you're not familiar with our transfers, think of them as stencils on steroids. They are made of vinyl, which is the teal portion, and silkscreen, and you're seeing through the silkscreen to whatever's underneath it, and they are adhesive back. And when you, especially with a new transfer, you want to just make it a little bit not as sticky, unless you're using it on fabric. You never have to fuzz when you're putting it on fabric or canvas because you want it to stick as strongly as possible. But this metal is going to be, it's very smooth and it's going to stick very strongly, and it's going to take me a little bit of time to do this project because I'm working with 3 different color chalk pastes, so I want to fuzz quite a bit. And yes, I'm using chalk paste, not chalk paint. Totally different thing. Our Chalkology paste was specially formulated to use with our silkscreen transfers. Okay, hopefully I've fuzzed that enough. And now I'm just going to put it on my surface. And just going to line it up. I want to make sure that it's sticking very strongly, I'll tell you that much. Make sure I have it lined up properly. And then I want to make sure I don't have any air bubbles. I'm going to lift this up and lay it down again. It is sticking very, very strongly. Okay, I'm just smoothing it down gently. And then I'm going to get right into pasting. Now, I already have a jar of cherry that's already open and the colonial blue, so I'm going to use those instead of the individual packets. But I will be using the black velvet packet, and I want to show you when I get to using it how to best conserve that packet for multiple uses. I mean, I'm definitely not going to use the entire packet of paste just for this project. So you might as well take good care of it and save it for a subsequent project, right? So I'm just applying the colonial blue and gently smoothing it over the silkscreen. My paste was a little thick, and I actually added a little distilled water to it to thin it down, to kind of reconstitute it a bit. And it might need a little bit more than actually what I did. Of course, I've had it sitting here open for a bit while I was getting ready, so not my wisest move there. And I'm going to do the paste and peel technique for this project because it's going to take me a little bit longer to go through it, so I don't want to take any chance of my paste drying in my silkscreen. I'm going back over, smoothing it out, removing any lines, and I'm going to return the paste back into the jar. Now, paste and peel. I'm going to lift up this transfer from the top sticking pretty snugly already. And basically just let it set a moment or two so that the paste does not dry in the transfer. I'm trying not to get my fingers in it, and I know the design is pretty close to the edge, so what the heck, I'll probably get my fingers right in it, right? Okay, but I'm not going to lift up the area with the truck yet because I'm going to paste that next. So I've just lifted this up. I'm going to set it there to dry for a moment. Clean my fingers up a little bit. Let me grab a paper towel. Usually I have baby wipes here, and I don't know why. I needed a new pack. I took a new pack out, and it just never made its way to the table. So let me clean the chalk paste off my fingers while that dries a bit. And I'm also going to open up my black paste so that it's ready to go. Now, before I open this up, I'm going to massage it a little bit. I was doing that right when I started. And then I'm going to squeeze the paste back down towards the bottom of the, doing it the wrong way, to the top of the packet. I like to cut it on the bottom instead on the top because I like to keep this color block intact. So I'm just going to snip a little bit off and then scoop a little paste out and put it in my color tray here so that it's all ready to go when I start doing the areas that I want to be black. Just want to get my little stir stick in there and scoop some out. I'm not going to be using a lot of black. I think that'll probably do it, and I'll just set this on the side. Okay, so I'm going to flip this back. I'm not going to press it down. I'm just going to let it fall where it is. And I want to make sure that the truck is down firmly, and of course my wording over here. And actually, because I'm thinking about it, the wording is going to be in black. So let me just do that right now. Grab a little scoop of a little bit of the paste. Probably grab too much. Oh, definitely grab too much, but that's okay. Okay, I got all that. And silly me, I only have 2 squeegees out here, so let me clean that squeegee. And then go on to chalking the truck. Okay, it just looked kind of funny because of the galvanized there. I couldn't tell if I had an air bubble or not, but it looks fine. It's just the metal underneath that looks a little strange. Little reflection there. Okay, so I'm going to grab some of the cherry paste and work on chalking the truck. This really, it's called Old School Legend, and it really is kind of antique-y and whatever looking. I think it's great. It'll make a great sign, but I think it would also be great on a t-shirt. You're probably getting tired of me saying that, but so many of our newer transfers just really lend themselves to both. And I want to be careful not to run into that black print. Swing this around again. I like bringing the squeegee towards me when I chalk. This stencil is from our monthly subscription kit called Club Couture. Club Couture comes directly to your door once every month. Shipping's on us. It includes an 8.5 by 11 inch stencil, 3 individual paste packs, full instructions, and an embellishment or surface of some type. If you'd like a little bit more information about Club Couture, just comment Club and I'll point you in the right direction. It's an hour of creative bliss coming straight to your door. Okay, I have one other little tight spot to get into here. when I'm doing the wheel. There we go. I think I've got everything. Smooth it down, remove the excess. And I'm going to do paste and peel. I'm going to lift this up so it's not drying in the silk screen. And I want to check to make sure I haven't missed any area, because if I did, I could just lay it back down and chalk what I missed. So far, so good. It looks pretty nice. Okay. And clean my fingers again. And on to the next part. What do you think about it on galvanized metal? I think this is really bright. I did something a long time ago on a galvanized metal tray, but I didn't use as bright of chalk paste. And I think with the colonial blue and the cherry red, it's perfect for this surface. Okay, I'm going to just plop this back down. Oops, I'm going to have a little bit of air bubbles here. I see one. I lift it up, smooth that down. I might not do these lines. I think I might just leave them the way they are. I got an air bubble. There we go. Okay, so back to my colonial blue. Now, if you're afraid of running into the other lettering or whatever, you could use our placement tape to cover it up. So that's not an issue. If you're a little bit nervous of getting into an area you don't intend on chalking. And I might do that. I want to definitely make sure I get the tops of my letters, though. I definitely have an air bubble there. Let me see if I could rectify this. Fingernails. I know I say never lift by the corner, but I'm just trying to gain purchase of it. There we go. I'm going to try smoothing that back down again and get rid of that air bubble. If it's a little oopsie or a little blurry or a bleed there, I'll just clean it up afterwards, clean the transfer and lay it back down and fix it. That's one of the nice things about actually using the galvanized metal. It is erasable, fully erasable from the surface. So if you make a little mistake, wet it, clean it up, and just redo it. Let me get the bottom of my letters here. Ooh, grabbed a little too much. And then, of course, I'm going to do paste and peel again because I don't want this drying in the silk screen. Almost done, but I'm working a little slower and it's a little warmer in here than it normally is, so I don't want that drying. Okay. Let's peel it up again. I need another hand. I want to make sure I got the top of my letters. Okay, I have a teeny little bleed where I had the air bubble right here around the letter, but actually I'm not going to have to wash that off and redo it or anything. What I will do is I will wait until it dries, And then once it's dry, I'll come back with you. If you don't have a detail tool, you could use a toothpick and just actually etch that little bleed off. Our chalk paste goes on liquid but dries to a solid, so that's going to be fine. I could just etch off the area that has the little bleed where I had the air bubble. Okay, I have to think about what I was going to do next. What am I doing red and what am I doing black down here? I think I'm going to do red for the Live Free and black for the Ride Faster in the checkerboard. Now, because I am so close to where the row of letters is, I'm going to take this, Kathie can't think right now. Take my placement tape and cover that up. I still need my red. I'm done with the blue. Let me put the excess paste back into the jar. I need to clean up the neck of this jar and cover it up. What do you think? It's pretty dramatic, isn't it? I think it's really looking cool. I string a thing of jute through the little holes that are punched at the top, or actually just put it up on a wall with nails, make it look really rustic. I think it'll be cool. Okay, I'm just going to plop this back down. Now I'm going to do red. So I'm going to cover up the bottom line. Placement tape is kind of like washi tape, but it does have a little ruler marked on it, so you could use it to measure. And I am just going to cover up the top of those letters. Oops, I don't want to get my word free covered up there, just so that I don't accidentally spread the red paste in an area I don't want it. Oops, and I need to clean my fingers. I might have grabbed a little bit too much paste there. Maybe not. Oops. I saw that lifted up. I might have a little mistake, but no problem. If so, it'll be easy enough to correct. Let me catch the bottom of my letters here. Missed the top of that V a little bit. And I know I need to get the bottom of this E. There we go. I lift this. Oh, yes, I did bleed right into it. Okay, that is a little bit of an issue. So, the placement tape is stuck all over my fingers. So let me put this on a side. I'm going to lift this up totally. Obviously, I have another line to do down here, but notice how it bled and I went right over into what I was trying to cover up. That's okay. I'll fix it. Let me set this aside to dry. I don't want to smudge it or anything right now. Oh goodness, I have a little flake of blue paste on it. Probably from the edge of the jar. Okay, got it off. Woo woo. So let me clean this transfer. Get the paste out of my fingernails. That's kind of disgusting. Okay, and I have a board eraser. Let me show you how easy it is to clean a transfer. Now, ideally, I would take this over to the sink, run it under the water, massage it with my fingers or with the board eraser, and get the paste off of it. But as I don't have a camera over there, I'm going to show you how I could do it on my surface. Let me get my board eraser wet. This takes off the majority of the paste. I really think it works much easier. Oh, I need a little bit more water. Okay. And let's clean this up. Now I am using really deeply pigmented pastes here. Got a nice deep red and the black velvet. So I'm going to end up with some discoloration of the transfer, but that in no way affects its usability. Okay, let me grab a disinfecting wipe. Oops, I had to figure out where I put them. Oh, that transfer just wants to fly around on me, or the backer sheet. Get it out of the way of the dog. Okay, so took the majority of the paste off with my board eraser, and now I'm using a disinfecting wipe and going back over it. I want to make sure I get all the paste out of the silk screen and off the surface here. And like I said, this is pretty deeply pigmented. I just missed the waste paper basket. I usually have it a little closer. And there went the backer sheet again. It's just bound and determined to wake up my little girl that's sleeping over here. Get that out of the way. Poor baby. Okay, I'm going to lift this up, clean my surface a little bit, and then I'm going to clean the back of the transfer. Get the paste off of it. Now this is sticky on the back, so not only do I have to get the paste off of it, but I also have to remove the lint that I deliberately applied to it from the fuzzing towel, because I want to renew the stickiness. If you're not sure if you've gotten all the paste out of the silk screen, just hold it up to the light. As long as you can see through that mesh of silk screen and you don't see paste in the mesh, you're fine. But you'll probably have, with these deep colors, you'll probably have a little discoloration that in no way affects the usability. Just make sure you, on the corner here, I still got some red in the silk screen. Let me get that out, some of the cherry paste. Whoops. A little bit too much of a hurry here. So once you have all the paste off, then you want to go back over the transfer, usually in one direction, to get the lint off. Let me grab another disinfecting wipe so you could actually see it. And you can usually see the teal from the fuzzing cloth come up. Just a little bit. No, doesn't look teal anymore. It looks more like a little purple because it's picking up the paste on it. Then I'm going to speed dry this so that I can lay it back down and finish this off. I'm coming at you from the suburbs west of Chicago. Drop me a line and let me know where you're viewing from tonight. I think we're passing spring up and heading straight into summer. We're in line for some days in the upper 80s. Can you believe it? Goodbye spring, hello summer. Anyway, I'm going to speed dry this with my fuzzing cloth. One side of our fuzzing cloth is terry. That's the side that I use for fuzzing. The other side is a microfiber, and the microfiber side is great for drying chalkboards when you remove the design or whatever and making sure there's no streaks. I'm going to lay this down on the microfiber side, sticky side up. Looks like I got little flakes of paste maybe from my jar. And then fold over the transfer and fold over the fuzzing cloth and squeeze out the moisture. And look at it, it's already getting sticky again. So this isn't quite dry. I'm going to set it aside, sticky side up on a flat surface to finish drying. It'll be dry in a minute or two, and then I can reuse it. But let me just set that aside and show you what we're looking at so far. The wording old school has dried. Legend is still a little wet. You can see like the center of the C and the E is a little bit darker in color. It's not fully dried, but I need to clean up where I went over into the area that I wanted to do black with the red. So let me clean that up. I'm taking a wet paper towel, just moistening it with my water bottle here. But I want to make sure I don't go into what I intended to live free. I don't want to erase that. So I just want to go over this. This is dried pretty solid, so it's going to take me a little bit more legwork than I was anticipating here. But it's relatively easy. I could actually use a board eraser if I had one out, and of course I don't. I need to clean one of my squeegees, so let me get that ready while I work on this. Wet this paper towel a little bit more. And of course I don't want to touch my surface with wet fingers, or I don't want to wet an area that I don't intend to. So I'm just going over this, moistening the chalk paste. I don't know if you could see this real well, but moistening the chalk paste and removing it from the area I don't want it. See how easy? Now I'm going a little bit slower because I don't want to run into the other line. When I get most of the heavy paste off, I'm going to come back up and over again and clean this off just a little bit more. Oops. I don't want it to look pink or anything. Okay, I think that's fine. Just checking the lighting, it looks good. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside to dry a little bit. Let me do a little bit of cleanup. I just need to put the extra line with the checkerboard down on here with the black paste. Close up my red. I need to be able to see the live free. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to align it. Okay, let's just do this. I need that to help me with the alignment. And then let me fuzz it once again. I just don't want to lift up my dried paste because this is pretty sticky yet. Sometimes I'll fuzz it like 12 times. Or more. It really depends how much stick the transfer has. But then when you clean it and wipe it with the disinfecting wipe, it rejuvenates that adhesiveness, the stickiness. get this lined up and finish it off. So I'm going to line up the Live Free as best I can here. And then just go in here and chalk the black. I scoop up a little bit of this paste, which is drying on me here. Club Couture is only $21.99 per month in the US, $26.99 a month in Canada. Exclusive on-trend transfer every month. 3 individual paste packets. Your first month you get a mini squeegee, some type of embellishment or surface every month. How easy is that? Treat yourself to a little bit of creativity. It's good for your soul. Okay, I think that's it. Make sure I get the top of that E. I think we're good to go here. Here we go. Live free, ride faster. What do you think? Wasn't that simple? And isn't it dramatic? Really makes a statement, doesn't it? So, what do you think? T-shirt or not? I'm trying to get the full impact of this here. Just kind of hard to get it all on camera. There we go, here. Quick, easy project from Club Couture. If you are not a member of Club Couture and would like an hour of creative bliss delivered straight to your doorstep every month, comment Club and I will send you the link where you can get more information about it. It is $21.99 in the US, $26.99 in Canada. In Canada, that includes the shipping. Shipping's free from us. You will get an 8.5 by 11 inch transfer, 3 individual paste packets. Your first month you will get a mini squeegee, and then you will get some kind of embellishment or surface or whatever. And remember, our transfers are reusable, so you could make this over and over and over again. Put it on a chalkboard, put it on a t-shirt, put it on a piece of wood. Wouldn't this make a nice gift for Father's Day? Just an idea. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon.